All right, let's talk about something we've all felt. You know the feeling. You're just scrolling online, minding your own business, and then, bam, a headline just jumps off the screen and grabs you.
And it's always something like this, right? Global recession imminent. I mean, look at those words. Imminent, unprecedented, crash. These aren't just words. They're basically weapons designed to make you panic. And just like that, everything feels shaky.
And your heart starts pounding, right? Your gut just screams, danger. The first impulse is to do something. Anything. Sell everything. Get out. But is that impulse right? Is it the smart play?
Well, here's the thing. Professionals, they don't panic. They don't let that gut reaction take over. Why? Because they have a mental model, a kind of toolkit to sort through all this noise. And that's exactly what we're going to build for you today.
Okay, so the very first part of this toolkit is actually a huge mental shift. It's all about understanding what you're really looking at when you see one of these reports. This is probably the most important thing to get. Most of these scary doomsday reports, they aren't actually predictions. They're what we call a scenario analysis. Think of it less like a prophecy and more like a financial fire drill. It's a what-if game to see what might happen in one possible future.
And you can totally spot these once you know what to look for. Keep an eye out for key words like scenario, thought experiment, or what if. You might even see a more technical term like tail risk. When you see those words, a little bell should go off in your head. This isn't someone looking into a crystal ball. This is them just exploring a possibility.
So you have to ask yourself, is this an imaginary script, a tool to help me think about risk, or is this destiny's verdict, something set in stone that's definitely going to happen? 9 times out of 10, folks, it's just a script.
And this really gets to the core of it. Is what you're reading a risk map or an action order? A good report is like a map. It shows you the terrain, helps you see how things might react. It is absolutely not an order from a general to sell everything now. It's there to make you think, not to make you panic.
All right, so we've got our mindset shift. We know we're looking at a script, not a verdict. Now let's get practical. Let's build out the rest of this toolkit with 4 key questions you need to ask before you even think about panicking.
Think of this as your new 4-point checklist. Number 1, the source. Seriously, who wrote this and what are they trying to sell you? Is it a newsletter, a trading service? Number 2, the scenarios. Are they only showing you the absolute worst case scenario or are they giving you a range, like a best case and a more likely base case too? Third, the assumptions. Are they using specific numbers you can check, like unemployment will hit 8%, or is it just fuzzy emotional language like a devastating crash? And finally, number 4, the advice. Does the report tell you to think carefully or does it scream, sell now, run for the hills?
And here's a super important habit to get into. It's called lateral verification. Fancy term, simple idea. Don't just stay on that one scary website. Open a new tab. Google the topic and see what other different sources are saying. I guarantee you, the picture will almost always get a lot clearer and a lot less terrifying. And while you're at it, you've got to scrutinize the data. I mean, really look at those charts. Did they zoom in on the absolute worst possible time frame just to scare you? Are they actually telling you what assumptions their model is based on? If it all seems a bit fuzzy, your skeptical-meter should be going off the charts.
Okay, so we know how to spot what we're reading. We have a checklist to analyze it. Now for the final piece of the puzzle, and honestly, it's the most powerful one. It's about turning that feeling of fear into a plan for preparation.
Because let's be real, acting on that knee-jerk fear, it has a price. A very real, very big price. Study after study shows that making those panic moves based on doomsday headlines almost always leads to,
Yeah, you're looking at returns at a 25% lower.
And sometimes as bad as 60% lower.
Compared to someone who just stayed the course. Let me say that again. Giving in to fear could literally cut your long-term returns by more than half. Fear is a terrible financial advisor.
So the next time you feel that urge bubbling up, that I gotta do something right now feeling, you need to install a mental circuit breaker. And luckily, it's just 3 simple questions.
Just pause, take a breath, and ask yourself this. 1, if this expert is wrong, how much am I going to regret selling everything? 2, let's be honest with ourselves here. Am I making this choice with my brain or with my fear? And 3, does this sudden impulse go completely against the long-term plan I made when I was calm and rational? That little pause can save you a world of hurt.
You see, what this all comes down to is a fundamental transformation. It's about taking that scary report and changing what it is to you. You can change it from being
A terrifying threat letter that's basically holding your financial future hostage.
and instead, you turn it into a stress test tool. See the difference? It's no longer a weapon aimed at you, it's a tool in your hands to help you make your own plans even stronger.
So that really is the question, isn't it? The next time you see one of those crisis reports pop up, what are you going to see? Is it going to be a threat that sends you into a panic? Or is it going to be a tool that helps you get stronger? You've got the toolkit now. The choice is yours.